Hey Canucks fans, welcome to the line change. Now we've heard the term revenge thrown around a lot this summer, particularly recently. We're of course referring to Elias Pettersson and his revenge tour and how he wants revenge for last season. However, PD's not the only one who's seeking revenge this season, as his running mate and fellow Swede, Nils Hoglander, is also embarking on a quote-unquote revenge tour after a underwhelming season last year where he only registered 8 goals after putting up 24 goals the year prior. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at an article that discusses, um, you know, there being a path that there is a path for another big year for Nils Hoglander, and I decided to be a little cheeky and went ahead and labeled it the Nils Hoglander Revenge Tour. So, but before we dive into that, I want to thank my sponsor, Gassy Jack Art, maker of this amazing artwork you see here behind me. And yes, things look a little different here. I got all my artwork up. Well, not all of them, but I got most of them up. Made some changes. Still a work in progress. Trust me, by the time we have the home opener, this will look even better. But like I said, I want to thank my sponsor, Gassy Jack Art. You guys can check them out at gassjackart.com. You guys can also find him on Instagram at gassjackart. There's a link to his website in the description down below. So let's go ahead and take a look at this article from our friends at Canucks Army, written by Jacob Fraser. And he goes on to say, Vancouver Canucks forward Nils Hoglander followed a very promising 2023-24 season with a remarkably underwhelming 2024-25 campaign. The young Swede struggled to find his footing, finishing the year with 8 goals, a big drop from his 24-goal effort the year prior. Coming into the 2025-26 season, there's a big opportunity for Nils Hoglander to take a massive step and solidify himself in a potential top 6 role. It seemed in previous seasons there wasn't a ton of trust in Nils Hoglander from head coach Rick Tocchet, and although Adam Foote was behind the bench, it's still an opportunity for Hoglander to prove himself and earn trust under a new head coach. The best chance for him to jump into the top 6 is going to be taking Evander Kane's spot with With Dakota Joshua having departed via trade this offseason, Kane may be best suited to take on a third-line role, adding to the team's depth on the wings. I don't know how I feel about that. I still think Kane will be on that first line, but perhaps instead of it being Evander Kane in a third-line role, it could be Nils Hoglander. Now, of course, just the other day, I did a line combinations video. If you guys haven't checked that out, go ahead and check that out. You guys can check it out right here, actually. And you guys, definitely go check that out. I do have Nils Hoglander on the third line in my line combinations and line predictions for the start of the season. This does leave a bit of a hole up front, having smaller wingers like Connor Garland and Hoglander being in the mix, so the team would likely have to split the two up, pairing one with Brock Besser and the other with Jake DeBrusk. There has also been some chemistry shown in the past between Elias Pettersson and Nils Hoglander. We talked a little bit about that in that same line combinations video, and I would not be surprised if they did pair up Nils Hoglander with Elias Pettersson again, at least at some point or another. It may not be the lotto line, but having Besser, Pettersson, and Hoglander together, assuming Pettersson and Hoglander can get back to the level they were at a couple of years ago, could make for an underrated, dangerous top line. Let's take a look at a bold season prediction for this. Giving Hoglander the opportunity to play in the top 6 right off the bat and giving him a real chance to catch his footing early on in the year could make for a career year. He's shown flashes of his offensive abilities in the past, but has really put it all together for a full season. Hasn't really put it all together for a full season. Some of this can, of course, be attributed to his own inconsistent play, but there does need to be a mention of the fact that he's been one of those guys who can't seem to get away with a mistake without repercussions. This year, with a new coaching staff and some opportunities opening up within the Canucks' lineup, Hoglander should be able to solidify himself in a top 6 role. Not only that, but be a fairly productive player in this position. If he establishes himself as a consistent top 6 contributor, Hoglander could put up a career-high 25 goals while adding something like 30 assists, especially if he's playing alongside Pettersson and Boeser for most of that time. Final prediction, Hoglander scores 55 points this season, besting his previous career high by nearly 20 points, finally breaking out into a productive top 6 NHLer with the Canucks. Pettersson and Boeser factor aside, Hoglander might finally find himself with a consistent role on the team's second power play unit, which should help his overall totals. We've seen him score 24 in a season without a single goal coming on the power play, so giving him those additional chances will allow him to have an even more productive season offensively. Now the question is for you, Canuck fans. What do you guys think? Do you think Hoglander has the ability to solidify himself into that top 6? Or is it going to be another season playing up and down the lineup? Go ahead and drop your comments in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts down there. And as always, if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content throughout the season, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video. We're on social media. You can find and interact with us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. We're all there. Feel free to give us a follow as well. And if you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcast. On Spotify, feel free to give us a follow as well on there, as well as give us a rate and review. It is, of course, greatly appreciated, and it also really helps out the podcast. But that's going to do it for this video. Once again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on Nils Hoglander embarking on his own revenge tour. Do you guys think that the path is there for another big year for Nils Hoglander? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, let's go Canucks. And I'll see you guys in the next video.